common issue I see in classes is dry fire grip. This can be best explained as someone draws the pistol, when they present it to the target, everything looks fine until they start shooting and the gun starts recoiling. Then I see their demeanor change, their posture change, their grip change, where they start hanging on to the gun. So commonly the gun's flipping more, like, oh crap, okay. Then they clamp down and you see after shots 2, 3, something like that, the gun behaves a lot differently. This is caused by, in dry fire, not gripping the gun hard like you would if you were firing live ammo. A drill I really like to work on that, as well as just build an index, which I'll explain in just a second, is just drawing the sight picture. So if you have a start signal, a timer, an app on your phone, something like that, you just get a beep. On the beep, draw the gun, as fast as you can, like you would in a match, ending in a sight picture without pressing the trigger or doing anything like that. So you just end the drill with the gun point at the target. Your finger can be inside the trigger guard, resting on the trigger, something like that, but I'm not putting pressure into it at all, not simulating firing a shot. 2 things I'm going to assess on this. 1, did I look at the spot I wanted to hit and have my sight go directly to it with no drama or making an adjustment? So, for example, you draw your gun, the dot goes here, like, whoopsies, and then you see you make a correction to find the center. That would be, not looking at the spot you want to hit, or midway it's making some kind of a correction. It's not making a straight line to center the target. The second one, that dry fire grip, like I talked about, is making sure at the end of the drill, before you lower the gun or put the gun back in your holster, you just assess your hand placement. So are my hands in the right spot on the gun? And the grip pressure. Am I really clamping down the gun hard? The grip pressures I recommend using is with my firing hand. I just hang on to the gun enough. It's not going to fall out of my hands, and it's not going to move inside my hands while I'm firing. But I'm not necessarily like death gripping it with my firing hand or anything like that. I'm just holding on to the gun. Then with my support hand, run it into the bottom of the trigger guard, close it so my hands are hitting together, making sure I'm filling in this gap over here, and then I'm clamping down as hard as I possibly can with my support hand. So that's really going to do the work of managing recoil, and my firing hand is just going to work on pressing the trigger straight without having sympathetic movement where the rest of my hand clamps down or I push into it trying to stop the gun from recoiling. So again, to summarize the drill, on the beep or start signal, I draw the gun, I just bring it up to a sight picture, I'm assessing my hand placement, the grip pressures I use, and is the dot going to, or dot or sight going to the spot I'm looking at. Talked earlier briefly about index. Index is the ability to just look at a spot and have your sight show up there. The same way if you're on your computer, if you wanted to click at something, you would just look where you want to click, the cursor would show up. If you want to point at something, you just look at the thing that, oh, he's over there, that's over there. The next thing you know, your finger just comes up and you're pointing at the spot. It doesn't take a lot of effort. So by working on this drill, just one-shot draws, and index is built by everything you do, but it just creates the ability where you look at a spot and your sight just shows up there. So again, this drill is a real winner, and it's a good way to ingrain positive habits as far as having the proper grip pressure, gripping the gun hard, and just making that a habit. So when you draw the gun, the sight goes to where you want it, and you're gripping the gun hard. Because when you get to the range and go to fire live ammo, if you have that dry fire grip, where you kind of cheat the drill, you just draw the gun, you're kind of holding onto it loosely, and that's the habit you build. When you start firing ammo and the gun starts getting like, oh, baby, and you gotta like hang on to the gun and make it a change to your grip. So that's what we want to avoid. We want to build a habit where you just draw the gun properly, you have the proper grip pressure, you look at a spot, and the sight just shows up there. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful.